Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be installing the Atoto S8 4th generation along with the amplifier and the OBD2 adapter. So we're going to go from this right here to this in only a couple of hours of work. Alright, now let's see what we got in our packages. So there's going to be the user manual, the SIM card, and so on. And underneath this foam, here's our head unit. You can see that it comes with this bracket. Now, one thing which I really like about it is that it is minimalistic. There is no buttons or anything like that. At the front we got two small holes for the microphones, but that is about it. Now, besides the head unit, in this white box we got all of the necessary cable that we need for installation, as well as all of the antennas and connectors. Now we also got these brackets, but I'm gonna be using the ones which are specifically made for ALFA and Giulietta. Alright, so now let's move on to the amplifier. Here's our user manual and the warranty. Again, we got all of the cable necessary for the installation. We got a couple of fuses, the brackets to secure the amplifier, and lastly we got the amplifier itself. Now this is not anything overly too strong, but it's still going to be sufficient to improve on the sound quality. Lastly, we got our OBD2 adapter. Now this is going to be a great thing, since it's going to allow me to connect the head unit to the OBD2 port of the car. We're going to be able to read out all of the codes, check out the parameters, and so on. Now, besides all that, you're gonna need these brackets for the head unit, which are made especially for ALFA and Giulietta. They're gonna make this job a whole lot easier. I'll put a link for them down in the description below. Now, when it comes to fascia, I'm gonna be honest with you, I wouldn't even buy it. You can see this is the factory fascia, which I wrapped in Alcantara. I left the opening here. This is for the 1 DIN head unit, but since this is a 2 DIN head unit, you would actually just have to leave this opening a bit bigger, and you can do the same thing that I did. You can essentially just wrap it in Alcantara. That's going to save you approximately 100 euros. Alright, so this is gonna be our main factory connector, and as you can see, we only get the power from this pin right here. There isn't anything else. Even if I turn the key on, I'm not getting the power from any other wire. Now, to make this whole thing work, we're gonna need a 12-volt ignition wire, and we're gonna grab that from our fuse box. Now you can see the keys in the off position, and we don't have any power here. Now if I turn the key on, now you can see that we are getting the power. So essentially I'm just going to use this piggyback fuse. I'm going to plug it right here and guide this wire from it all the way to the head unit. When it comes to hooking up the steering wheel controls, I'm not using the CAN bus adapter. I just grabbed 2 wires from the connector which goes into the body control module. I showed you this numerous times, and I'll put a detailed video down in the description below. Now, connecting everything is going to be pretty straightforward. So these are our 3 wires that we had to guide through. The thick blue wire is going to be our 12-volt ignition. These 2 thin wires are going to be for our steering wheel controls. Now this connector is the one that we got with the head unit. You can see that I've essentially cut these orange and red wires. The red wire is our 12-volt ignition, and the orange wire is going to be our illumination wire. As you can see, I'll put this female connector on them, and they are essentially just going to be plugged into this thick blue wire. Now these 2 other wires that I'll put these female connectors on them, they are essentially for the steering wheel controls, and I'm just gonna plug them into these 2 thin blue wires, and that is pretty much it. Now this big connector is going to be plugged into the main connector from the car. Now connecting this amplifier is going to be the easiest thing you have ever seen. So this is the main connector that we wired. So I'm just gonna take that. You can see we got the output marked right here, so I'm just gonna plug that in. Now here's this connector that we got with the amplifier. Now this 20 pin one is gonna be plugged in right here where it says input, and this side has to be plugged into the head unit, and that is pretty much it. So I'm just gonna plug it right here. And that is it. I am done. Now on the amplifier itself, we got our left and right outputs. We also can set up our bass, our mids and highs. Alright, now I just want to show you how I mounted this amplifier by using these mounts which came with it. I essentially just mounted it onto the main frame from the head unit. As you can see, I also put this cable right here inwards, so when I'm mounting the screen and taking it off, I can have a bit more slack to plug in everything a bit more easier. Now I just want to show you how nice it is to have these Giulietta brackets. You can see that our holes right here are completely aligned. Now you can see on this side the brackets that we got with the head unit don't come nowhere near these holes. So if I didn't have these Giulietta brackets, I would have to fabricate something. Alright, next it's time to put our antennas and USB cables. Now I'm gonna place the antennas right here on this main beam, and I'm gonna guide the USB cables down inside the glove box. Alright, now first let's set up our steering wheel controls. So I'm gonna go right here, car settings, general, and steering wheel control settings. Now this is gonna be very simple. All we gotta do is select the function right here, then press the button on the steering wheel. So I'm gonna press next, and I'm gonna hit this button right here, previous button on the steering wheel. I'm gonna hit navigation, I'm gonna hit menu, source right here, then volume down, volume up, mute, and home. So that's gonna be pretty much it. I just tested out the sound system with this new amplifier, and I gotta tell you, the speakers are at least 50-60% stronger, if not more. I can't really put that in the video because of the copyright of the music, but it is a huge improvement. While we are here, this is gonna be our music player. I gotta admit that I like the design on the Atoto X10 a bit better. This is actually where I spend most of my time, but still everything is nice and well organized. You can select your favorite tracks by hitting the heart in the top right corner. You can select the file source and so on. So anyway, here's our end result. It came out looking great, and I gotta say that these 9-inch Atoto head units are my favorite when it comes to Alfa Romeo Giulietta. The 9-inch screen fits perfectly to the interior. It's not too big or too small, and one of the reasons why I also like them is because the screen is actually made of glass, so they don't need that scratch protection. All in all, I gotta admit that I'm more than happy with this result. Alright, so this right here is going to be our main screen. This is one of the 6 themes that we can choose from. I chose this one because it looks best to me. Now at this top bar we got our clock, we got the icon for the wireless Bluetooth to mute the music. Then this is going to be our screensaver. We got our volume. Now by hitting this square you can essentially just see all of the open apps, and you can close them by sliding them up. The circle is going to take you back to home, and this little arrow is to go back. Now at the bottom we also got the shortcuts for some of our apps. Now I'm not really sure what this green one is for. This is going to be our Torque app. These are going to be our maps, radio, phone, music, and this is for the video gallery. Now this right here is going to allow you to open and see all of the available apps. Now the main area is occupied by the Google Maps. At the left side we got our clock, and we got the shortcuts for our music, radio, and for our Bluetooth music. Then we got another shortcuts for the equalizer, Google Play Store, YouTube, Android Auto, AI Assistant, and this is going to be for the front recording. Now if I slide this top bar down, this is again where we got our shortcuts for the Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, airplane mode, themes. We can adjust the brightness, sound. We can select the steering wheel position, turn off the screen, reboot, and things like that. At the right side we got our notifications. Now first I'm gonna show you the different themes. I'm gonna open up our apps, go to car settings, display, wallpaper, and this is where you can choose a static wallpaper. And up here we got our theme style. As I said, we got 6 themes to choose from. You can actually preview them, and if you want to select that one, all you gotta do is select this application button. Now these are all of the apps which come with the device, so you get pretty much everything that you need. You got your YouTube, Spotify, and so on. And as you probably already know, you can download pretty much any other app as you can on any other Android device. Now let's see the settings. Now this is basically for the network, internet, apps, storage, accessibility, location, passwords, and so on. Now the main settings for the device are gonna be this car settings icon. So first we got the Wi-Fi networks, then the Bluetooth. Now under the general you can set up the steering wheel controls, key tone, illumination, detect, and so on. This is where you can set up the reverse camera. Now under the display you also got quite a few options, so you can select the font, screensaver, wallpaper as I showed you, the themes, the display mode is going to be the dark or light, and so on. Under the sound you can select if you want media to blast while the navigation is on. You can select the telephone volume, ring volume, default volume, and so on. Under the system, this is where we can see the time zone, the region, language settings. Now let's see the available languages. Now as you can see, there's actually quite a bit of them. I'm not sure if you need to download these or what, but the list is quite extensive. Then we got our factory settings, we need code for that, and we got our other settings. This is where you can see the available disk space. Now let's check out some of the other apps. This is going to be our equalizer. Now, as I said multiple times before, I'm not really an expert on this, but you can set up pretty much everything. You got some presets as the classic pop, movie, rock, jazz, and so on. We got our balance, surround, filter, and so on. I'm not gonna mess with that too much. Now, one interesting feature is this fan. Now it says always on, and you can see actually the CPU temperature right there. Now this device right here also supports the wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. The connection is very easy. All you gotta do is connect your phone via the Bluetooth. This is gonna be the main screen. We got our map at the top. This is gonna display the temperature, and our music is gonna be right here. Now here are some of the basic apps, and you can also check out the apps from your phone right here. So everything is nice, well organized, and easy to use. Now, one other very good feature is that you can watch YouTube, Netflix, and things like that. And I also gotta mention the split screen. So let me see right here. So for example, you can have two apps open at the same time, which is another, as I said, a very useful feature. Next, let's check out our OBD2 adapter. So essentially I've just plugged it in. Now as you can see, I've connected it to the Torque app. The connection process is going to be very simple. What we're going to do is go to settings, OBD2 adapter settings, and from this option choose Bluetooth device. You can pair your adapter. Now from here you can read out or erase the fault codes. We actually don't have none. And you can also check out the live data. Now you can see, for example, the throttle position, the vacuum, revs, speed, and things like that. If you want to add or remove something from here, you can do that from this menu. Now, all in all, this is as having a diagnostic tool at all times in your car, and this can be incredibly useful. Now, to conclude this video, I gotta say that I love this device. I love how it fits inside the Giulietta's interior. Now, the device itself is really good quality. It's fast, the screen is nice and bright, the colors are vibrant, and I gotta say that this device offers you pretty much anything that you ever need from a head unit. Anyway, that would be all for this video. I hope you find it interesting and useful. If you did, hit that like button and support our channel by subscribing and by sharing our content with the rest of car enthusiasts.